96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
From what day you may find out, certain people not like me. Everyone got us bag a thing now. Next to me I do it like Nike, but me not fear no guy now. No matter how hard them a spite me.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Foreign Currency, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, Scotiabank, Sunlight Limited, and Tropical Gyros.
Pass me and them girlfriend a link up. Hello. Dog, where you did that when they think tough.
And good afternoon. Sure happy it's Thursday. There's Pearly in the house, Talking Heads. Thursday Talking Heads with Pearly. How y'all doing out there today? You think this weather make up its mind what it want to do? A cold one day got 3 blanket. A hot one day got to turn on my AC. I hear cold front coming in. Man, just give us let's go to the end of February, cold weather, and then boom, let's get into start warming up and get into the summer. That don't make sense? I remember I could take the cold, hot now. I get it sniffles and all that stuff, but I guess it is what it is. It's Mother Nature's God's will, so we just got to learn to live with it. How's everybody doing? Junior Junkanoo today, 6 o'clock. So let's get this right now. Don't go that way in your car if you're not going to Junior Junkanoo. Find an alternative route home, those who live in East, who go East. Because the traffic already rough. I was panicking trying to get here. Because the traffic rough all around the Guardian area, so you know what it is everywhere else. You know what it can be on Shirley Street and going into Bay. But if you're going on there, go support the kids. Let's get the Junior Junkanoo. Let's watch these kids and get, our last good taste of Rush on Bay till the end of the year. I know it promises to be exciting. It promises to be good. And while we're at it, let's just say that Scotiabank invites you to help them bring their big energy to Junior Junkanoo. Follow their Instagram page, Scotia Bahamas, as they visit participating schools to get your youngsters hyped up and ready for the big parade today, January 25th. Once you log onto the page, hit the follow button and like pics for the school tour. Come out to watch the Junior Junkanoo Parade today at 6 p.m. and use your Scotiabank Bahamas IG page to vote for your favorite school as they show up and show out. Feel the energy, feel it. Celebrate the vibe of Junior Junkanoo, Scotiabank, official bank of Junior Junkanoo. Boy, good stuff. Junior Junkanoo today, get to it. Let's see what's happening on the front page of the Guardian today now. Government pledges to amend the bail act. PM, certain conditions will lead to revocation of bail. PM, Pindad may likely be person of interest in Johnson attacker case. Grandmother of murdered teen wants closure. Billionaire permanent resident of the Bahamas pleads guilty to insider trading. And MPs pass ombudsman bill. Do you understand what the ombudsman bill all about? Because I need some explanation on that, just to understand what it's really about. This business section says billionaire permanent resident of Bahamas pleads guilty to insider trading. Bahamas-based Broad Bay Limited agreed to pay a $50 million fine for concealing Lewis interest in Mariatti Therapeutic shares. Wow, 50 mil. Attorney raises concern over draft securities industry bill, and Canoe chairman promotes Bahamian fintech solutions at FIX24. 50 mil. You know we could do with that in this country? To help people, to do some programs for the young people to eradicate crime. That's a lot of money. They should tell him he should donate that to the Bahamas. So we could do and donate it to some charitable goods, I was thinking the other day about a few years ago, a good friend of mine, Darryl Miller, and I were talking about a Big Brother program where fellas like us would mentor a young man or two and take them out and expose them to different things and counsel them and guide them, help them when they need help, help them, teach them to be men, teach them how to grow up and be responsible. And we talked about it, but I feel bad that we never did much about it. I kind of do it a little bit in Chippenham, unofficially, or like mentoring young men there, and a lot of them are like friends, grandkids of my friends who I grew up with in Chippenham. I think most of them they just come to use the internet, but that's fine. But I get a chance to talk to them, and one of them is I've taken an interest because he's enthusiastic about going to school. You would see, Mr. Thompson, what time is it? It's 8:00. Okay, good night. See you tomorrow. Fourth grader, fifth grader, somewhere around there. But the enthusiasm, most kids don't want to go to bed to go to school, and he doesn't. Goes right, and I encourage him, and he got homework, and try to help him and guide him, I say, let's see what you do in grade 6. Maybe take the test to go to the best school in the world. We see how we work it out. Yeah. But so it's an unofficial thing, but you got to be able to do some of these things, and particularly those of us who grew up in areas like Baintown and Chippenham and Grandstand and Nassau Village, and who now you got your little, you move up in life and you get your own house and things. You got to get back to your neighborhood though. Go back and do some things. And when they used to do these back to the neighborhood, the homecomings or the reunions, neighborhood reunions. It's all about good ideas, but fellas spoiled it, getting in fight and things like that. We got to figure out how to do these things, and so some of us who have been fortunate enough to get a degree, to get this, to move up, should try to get them to come back into the neighborhoods. Mr. Badus, you got a call on the line? Call you on the air. How you doing, man?
Yeah, blessed, Burley.
Hey, bro.
How you doing?
How you right here, brother?
Yeah, it's amazing that you having this discussion, right?
Uh-huh.
And, I listened to the rebroadcast with Brother Lang, right?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know it was a rebroadcast. It was a brother who called in, and he spoke some positive vibes. He of a similar past to me, but I was, he mentioned he was in prison before and all this and that.
Uh-huh.
And he's quite reformed, and I was impressed with what he was saying, right? But what I hate is when people come on the radio and talk about, he said that me and C. Allen, and he listened to people like 52 and C. Allen calling and complaining and saying what the government should do. And I mean,
that's right.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, people should speak for their limitations and their consciousness. You see what I'm saying, Pearly?
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me. What I'm saying is, what I complain about is what I'm conscious about, and it's selfless. Okay? So
you ain't asking for nothing for you personally.
Yes, but I'm saying is, but I want to just big up what you're saying, right? So even if I am in the community, everybody, they know me as, they just call me the teacher, all the little young fellas, them.
Uh-huh.
Even when they come to me offering to do wickedness, I don't condone that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
This is the type of person I am. So I'm doing this in the community. So what I'm saying is, I've been listening to Guardian from the time inception, right? The inception, right? But what I'm saying is, I can't say it all in one day. You can't come on the radio and hear someone once or twice, or maybe listen to Guardian for the past 5 years and judge what I'm saying. Have you ever heard me come on this radio and say that what we need is a revolution of the mind?
You spoken about
I've said that over and over.
Yeah.
But here it is judging me saying, but not only that, I'm juxtaposing your topic today. It is all about community. So then, if we have migrants in the community, shouldn't we have the migrant community, somebody who represents them trying to fuse us and get us to be form a real community? Even though the guy, the little guy who was starved at GHS, right?
Uh-huh.
He is a Haitian behemoth. He was born here. I know his man is Pa, and his father would have no problem with me talking to them and counseling them and looking out for them when he go to work, because he's worked very hard.
Yes.
But he always leave early in the morning and he comes home in the evening.
Uh-huh.
And so I watched little Kim going to school that morning, I know his other brother too. You see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Now what I'm saying is, in the community, I guess I should be a conformed sheep, right? And adopt a sit down and shut up type plantation model.
But that
what
ain't
I'm
you.
saying is, Dwight Strong being stressing community, local government for almost for a long time now, right?
Yes, and I
So
support
what I'm saying
that.
is now I see the significance of it.
Yes.
So I only could do so much. See, everybody only could do so much when it comes to the community. So maybe we all need to converge here, civil society, private organization, NGOs, the government, et cetera, et cetera. Right or wrong, Pearly?
You very right. You very right.
That's what
But
I'm saying. So I know the facts of Track and Field Club. I remember guys like Mike Sands, Saji Kalma, them. All these guys that was influencing me. So I know what this community, because I know, I don't see it anymore.
Exactly.
Maybe it used to be a place where you could go and learn art and craft. So what I'm saying is the neglect over the period of time has led to this. So we can't get anywhere pointing the finger at one another. So if I am criticizing the government, they need to do this and that, because you're not conscious about it, you should just shut up and get off my back, because what I'm saying is, I am not the problem. Sea Island is not the problem. I'm trying to be a part of the solution.
Amen.
You understand?
That's the bottom line.
Get up on the plantation. I mean, you understand? I've called and asked for gas chromatograph, mass spectrometer. Now all of a sudden they realize they need a forensic lab. You cannot run a forensic lab without a gas chromatography machine. Let me break it down simply. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really? Because you could have a lady wake up and she say she meet her husband died, dead, right? But how we know she ain't poisoning him?
Point.
So what I'm saying is, a lot of things go passing through the loophole. You wanna legislate marijuana. You haven't studied it enough. You need a gas chromatography machine to show the constituents, the ingredients, whatever, adjuvants, whatever. So I mean, I bring a sense of consciousness. I don't call to hear myself, really. You don't speak. I listen to you. You know, you're a positive brother. You know,
I try to be.
call you a man of substance. When I listen to you, you talk about Dinkus. Somebody can't talk about Dinkus, and you know, I told you my brother went to SAC also. So you and the man the same age. So I would have known Dinkus, right?
Yeah.
And I'm so sad that he's gone.
Yes.
Because that brother had the most respect for me, even though he was older than me. Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I know Dinkus. Dinkus tried to get me to join the force.
Okay.
I mean, I did that with my man. I said, man, I think it's hard to run behind people and shoot and jump. And I'm fair. I said, that's too much. You can't pay me enough.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, no. Yeah, you get a couple of this and that. BJC, JCB could do that. Yeah, but I said, when you reach a certain age, Pearly,
Yeah.
we put away childish things and we
Uh-huh.
know we have a sense of community. Bless her.
Yeah,
Respect.
take care, my
Yeah, man.
brother. Dinkus and I went to Zavis together and went to SAC together. Got another call on the line? Oh, call it. I keep telling you to be patient with me. It ain't cost you nothing to let the phone ring, a couple more ring, you know. Unless the phone cut out, then I understand. I guess you only get a certain amount of rings. But that's fine. Call back. Great show as usual. Ask them if they could donate $1 million to me. I hear you. One to you and one to me. Eh? Boy. But going back to what I was trying to say, you know, I don't have a problem with these committees being formed and all that stuff. My only problem is some of these people only get on these committees to pontificate, man. To get in the press and make sure ZNS there, make sure the Guardian there, make sure all these other people there, make sure all the media there, make sure. No, it ain't about that. I don't ask nobody for no fame for none of the kids I help in Chippenham. I don't want that. I just want to see them do well. I remember there was a young kid about 25 years ago, maybe, yeah, about that, but 25 years ago. For a few years, I bought him his black and white books and pens and pencils, and my sister went and got like I think a couple of pants and shirts and stuff, and I used to give him, I think, for like 3 years in a row. I saw that young man on Wednesday. Remember, I tell you, and I walked from Chippenham downtown, and he'd walk in and stop to hail me. Anytime he sees me, anywhere, he comes over and shows that respect. You want something to drink, and I don't ever take nothing because I don't want nothing. I ain't do nothing to look for nothing back. But it's a good feeling to see that young man, 20-some years later, working, staying out of trouble, and trying his best to do what he can do. We had people back in Chippenham and from McQuaid Street, or what you call Harlem, C. Egg Taylor. C. Egg wasn't the best in math and arithmetic, in math and English. But gave back and coached softball and baseball teams, and teach young men. My first glove is what he gave me. Teach him how to bat, teach him how to catch. And he told to say, I throw the ball at your face. You ain't gonna get in your face, you better catch the ball. That gone. People like Goose Curry and Chippenham with Foundation still trying to keep something like that going. And they got to commend the brother for that because he's been doing it for plenty years, working with young men in Chippenham through Junkanoo and trying to form decent young men. And plenty of young men that you know now as adults came from through Foundation and through what Goose Curry is doing. Those kind of people, we need more of that in our neighborhoods. We need more of that stuff going on.
Demand for it.
We demanded. There's a demand for it. Call you on there. There is a demand for it. There is a big demand for it. Even though kids are not coming and say we want this, we know there's a demand for it. Call you on there. How you doing, man?
Hey, Putty, I'm great, man. How are you?
Thank God for life.
Hey, Putty, what I wanted to ask you, someone called your show the other day and he said he left his number or some information about registering at the Department of Labor, something like that.
Yeah, he called in and said this. He's looking for four people who could use the phone and don't mind being on the beach working like that. And he said go down to the Department and register, Department of Employment and register.
So, what do they need to take with them?
I guess the basics. I would guess the basics. They're asking if you have no college degree, but whatever you have, you know.
All right.
Well, whatever, and the department, but I guess they would guide you in what you need to bring in.
So when I guess I live in the same community as 52.
Okay.
Lives in it. You know, and I try to help these young guys.
I know.
And
Uh-huh.
whatnot, and you know, the number of them are trying to see if I could assist. But a lot of times, even though they're Bahamians, they don't have certain documents.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know, and it's a struggle. And sometimes you feel like you're more concerned about them than their parents. You know?
Tell me about it, huh? Tell me about it.
You know, you keep trying because you know that if you could save one at least, you know.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, you know. I ain't trying, you know, one at a time, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to try and see if I could get.
Even you could call in then and ask them a couple of questions, they may be able to guide you.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
All
Thanks,
right,
brother.
all right, my brother. Thanks for calling. Got another call on the line there? Caller, you on the air?
Hey, young man, has anybody ever told you you have that human touch?
I've heard that once or twice before.
You know what they mean by that?
I'm humanized. I know the feeling, and I take my people's feeling on as part of mine. I guess that's my best explanation of it.
Well, maybe I need to upgrade it. That's the Jesus gift. Yeah, man. Seriously,
He ain't finishing me yet. He still got some more work to do with me, though.
Now, between me and you, Pearlie, I need you to get this clear so you can understand. Because me and the pastor row about this before I say what I really want to say.
Okay.
I let them know point blank, when I die, I'm looking to see my mom. I ain't fine looking for Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Because that story they give me with parting the sea and everybody could run through, because then people who run through that sea now are killing up one another.
Uh-huh.
So I am satisfied with just looking to see my mom when I die. You
Okay.
keep Jesus and everybody fine. Now, Pearlie,
Uh-huh.
there's a grandmother trying to find out who killed her daughter.
Her granddaughter.
Okay, grand is still daughter.
Yes.
But anyway,
point.
her granddaughter.
Okay.
I said grandmother, but
Uh-huh.
that's fine.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, though, I want you to advise these young kids, because the police ain't going to do it. If you witness a crime, don't go texting it to your friends
Oh, no.
about, I saw so-and-so, and then you go wonder why someone drive up and shoot you and police can't solve the case.
Amen.
Let's rest that right there, Pearlie.
Uh-huh.
But is it possible that we could find a way to maybe bridge the gap between what's going on in the heads of these young men, why they're so violent, and find a way? Because you talk about growing up, you didn't mention spinning top and flying kite. But
Oh,
you
yeah,
said the
Ligdon
same.
Whitey. I can remember time I bogged the Ligdon Whitey and slam and break my mummy window.
Oh, boy.
I draw the eye in the road and see how you peg.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, those days are no longer here.
No.
And you can't bring them back. Here's what you bring back, Pearlie. $7 trillion moved through the economy, and I'm talking about the world economy, every day.
Uh-huh.
There is no government that is telling its citizenry, particularly its young men, to tap into that $7 trillion. I have never heard it, but that is what we need to teach these kids in school, how to trade and how to be consistently successful. And once you learn that skill, you wouldn't become a part of this other statistics, because these young men are searching for a way, and I feel as though the way is Forex. I mean, we could invite a Sam Bankman-Fried here who could show you there's billions of dollars there, but you're not trying to make your citizens a Sam Bankman-Fried.
Understood.
You want to keep it. You want to keep it for your son. If you get my drift.
Ooh, you tried.
I bet you could, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So that has to stop.
Uh-huh.
Because, you know, seriously, man, because, you know, this same fella can say, now, look, we ain't finding you no more. We ain't slapping you on the wrist no more. we gonna let you if you do it again, there'll be no more bail. What clearly, when you say you ain't slapping on the wrist no more, it means all the while you've been slapping on the wrist.
Point. But I also understand the lawyers have some kind of concerns about what was said.
The lawyers are right.
You know.
The lawyers are right.
And
the lawyers are right because. Sorry.
See, one of the things I'm concerned about is sometimes people, and I ain't trying to get like that, but they say things because they, and I really believe, sometimes we believe we dumb, like we just think understand, so we can take whatever you say, nobody can challenge you. And I have a problem with that, man. I have a major problem with that. And anyway, it's PLP or FMS, either one.
They all do it.
You know, if you come to me straight and let me decide if this is the route I want to go. Be honest with me,
my
man.
Intelligence.
You know?
You been to school, and then you've been to school to learn how to keep people out of jail.
Oh, me? No. I understand. Yes.
Pearly, stay with me, Pearly.
I'm a little slow today. Today's Thursday. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, but, I hope these kids ain't got to go to school tomorrow.
But I don't know, because I know they got out early. I know the ones who ain't rushing got out early today.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you can't have them jumping up and down today with cowbells ringing in their ears and then being in school tomorrow with the ringing.
But I think sometimes, I don't quote me on it, but I think some of us have a different kind of day on a Friday, like maybe like a fun day or something more relaxed day.
Yeah, well, I know you're part of the junk that we call canoe. So.
Hey, don't worry about it, man. That's what I love. That's my culture.
Well, no, I feel you with that. But, Pearly, I really wish you was running this country,
I'd rather be the kingmaker than the king, my son. God, I don't like the scrutiny.
But you were on the air, and people could see you, people could feel you.
Well, that's the role. I hopefully through this way, I'm playing a role to help form the country and get some people to think a little differently and think a little, have a little more sober thinking minds. You know.
Well, you are doing a good job. Keep it up, my brother.
Thank you, my brother.
All right.
Caller, you don't go nowhere. I got to take a quick break. And when we get back, you'll be the first person we'll talk to call on there. So don't hang up. Just hold for him for more. We'll take a quick break. This is Talking Heads Thursdays. This is Pearly. Having a good time with you. We'll be right back.
The RF Economic Outlook returns on March 13th at Baumar under the theme Age of Intelligence, Harnessing the Power. Hear from the expert speakers on AI, how it's impacting our daily lives, the threats and opportunities that abound. Join over 200 professionals at the networking event of the year as we explore this and more global trends impacting local businesses. Reserve your seat today to take advantage of early bird discounts before they're gone. Register now at rfbeo.com.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Just because they were cheap, Keisha bought things that she really didn't want. Hungry for deals? Let KFC satisfy your cravings before you do something crazy. Get the new Kentucky Crunch Sandwich with a juicy KFC chicken filet, fresh lettuce, and the perfect amount of mayo topped with a fluffy sesame seed bun for just $5.75. Order your new favorite sandwich online with Messenger or WhatsApp Hi to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. KFC knows value. It's finger-licking good.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
We're back. Talking Heads Thursday here at Pearly in the house. Let's get to the call. I promised the caller that's the first thing we'll do when they come. Caller, you still there? You mean the caller did not wait on me? I am so hurted. Not hurt, hurt it. That's all right. You can call back. Texas says, naughty. I don't know how I sound like any naughty, but that's fine. No problem. This is Naughty Show. Naughty. I'm traveling east on Harold Road. This terrible where our tax dollars going from Papa Bill, that road, no maintenance was done. This is bad, man. We must demand better. I get into the lines. The roads are, I don't know. There's no maintenance. There's no maintenance. I haven't seen anybody cleaning the drains. And maybe I could be wrong. I could have been driving down the road the wrong time. But I don't see it happening. Mr. Producer, I got all kind of calls. The phone line lighting up on me. Call you on the air.
Hey.
Hey.
Question. How much money do you have in Cuba per year?
Say that again?
How much money do you have in Cuba per year?
And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
All right. I don't think you have none.
You sound like you're underwater.
I can call back.
Okay, thank you. Call you on the air.
Hey, Pearly, what's up, brother?
Hey, I'm right here. How you doing?
I'm excellent, man. Man, listen. Let me bring something to your attention as the host, and to a lot of persons' attention in this country who could hear my voice. Do you realize that incident, what happened at the gas station, it's changing a lot of business persons' mind of hiring people? Let me tell you why I say that. I'm a business person, first of all.
Uh-huh.
And I talk to a lot of business people.
Mm-hmm.
And no longer than yesterday, one gave me an example. They said, DeWitt, if I go and I hire someone who they say give a chance to be something.
Uh-huh.
But because of his lifestyle, I hire him. And he's sitting in the front of my shop. I decide to walk out of my shop. The people who he still may have a wife, but who ain't forgive him,
uh-huh,
decides to ride in the front of my shop and shoot up my shop and then shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
So, Pearly, listen to me. This thing here is affecting a lot of innocent people.
Yes, it
We
is.
have a lot of young people in this country who really want to do something positive with their lives.
Yes.
But because of situations what happening, it's making the business people think twice. All right? And sometimes you do a background check to see. My motto, sir, to be honest with you, hey, if I have any work to be done and I have to hire anyone, you can't be no gangbanger. All right?
Okay.
You can't be no gangbanger. All right? That's my motto.
Because ain't nobody coming on your job to disrupt that.
No. And you come on my job with guns, I can call the police. And the commissioner of police is my cousin.
Yeah.
So I ain't got no shame in my game. I only fear one person, that's God.
Uh-huh.
But what I'm saying to you, right, brother, people are now being scared to hire certain people.
Yeah.
And you can't blame business people for that, bro.
I know. And you're going to see a change in particular gas stations like that. They checking, they ain't hiring you like that.
Understand?
Because what if that guy had misshooting him and hit the customer?
Automatically. And the thing about it, right? You sitting in your car at the gas pump, bro. You in your car with your family. You just waiting to get some gas to help get home, and then you see fellas shooting and they shoot through your car. I'm just giving
that can happen, and that's scary.
So how is it that I supposed to take a gangbanger and put him to run or to work in my shop or my establishment, and not only that, I'm putting my life at risk, I'm putting the customers who frequent my business life at risk, and most of all, I'm putting his life at risk.
So what do you do? Because
do?
You do want to help these young men turn their lives around.
Well,
what do you do?
In this case, what do? You make a sacrifice for yourself, and you say, look here, if I know someone is waiting from 8 to 4, I got to make that sacrifice. I got to wait from 8 to 4. All right?
Or put them in a place where they're not exposed to the public so much.
Well, that's true too. But you still have a lot of young people out here who wants a chance. But
Yes,
some of
they
these
do.
fellas, They costing it hard.
I know, and it's hard that a lot of the innocent or a lot of the ones try and get to suffer for the ones who are not innocent and who don't want to try.
Most definitely. And last but not least, you know what I dissect something with the minister. He was responding back to the good minister, Dr. Michael Davila, Minister of Health and Wellness. He was responding to, I think a reporter was asking him a question. How is it that they're managing with this, shooting and whatever, stabbing? But Pearlie, in reality of it, right? If your grandmother gets sick, just hypothetically, right? And she has to be rushed to the hospital. She needs attention. She needs oxygen or blood. Then here comes a person with a gunshot wound. They come in, right? Do you think they're going to continue to focus on your grandmother, or they go into that emergency case?
They get an emergency case, and all doctors can do that, so your grandmother get put on the side.
It ain't COVID. It ain't COVID. We're putting the strain on the medical department, and I'm not taking no side for the hospitals.
I think it's both. I think the rise of COVID helping. But anyway, thanks for calling.
Yeah, brother.
All right, bro, take time. Interesting. Got another caller there. Great show as usual. Asks, what last to talk on Leslie Potcake Miller? Great show as usual. People hiring gangbangers because we in this country like to prostitute people for cheap labor. I tell you, we don't play. Call you on the air.
Hey, how you do?
I get that. Sir. How are you?
You know what DeWitt said is so true.
Let
me tell you something, Freddie. Okay, folks could go there. They get themselves in all there's a criminality. Now, let's say they really, trying to make a change in their life. They even go on and say they trust the Lord as their Savior. But those that they hurt and did criminality, they ain't gonna forget that.
Nope.
See, that's the thing, Freddie. So the message you got to send now, and it has to start from the primary school. Don't get involved. Because those who you hurt, yes, you might say, man, hey, I stopped gangbanging now, I'm not getting involved. But those who you already hurt, their family who you already hurt, they ain't forgetting.
You waiting, you done mess up my son, now you talking about you going, what? No, boy. That's how people can think. That's exactly how they can think.
So we need to get into the primary schools and start teaching, because there's no teaching at home. There's no moral or values put into these children today. Freddie, let me tell you something. One time, years ago, I was on the bus, and this young girl was really carrying on bad. You know what I asked her? I said, excuse me, say John 3:16. Do you realize that young girl didn't know John 3:16?
Plenty
She looked at that. I was someone out of space.
Yeah.
And that's one of the main scripture verses that we learned, and the Psalms 23 when we were growing up.
Yep.
That's one of the verses that we learned. We had to learn it. And so what I'm saying, Freddie, I don't know if they ever take a stats that go and find out from the person, the Simpson School, and find out who all came up really in the structured Sunday school setting at an early age. And you'll be shocked and surprised that many didn't.
Yeah, many haven't. No, I know that.
Many didn't.
Sunday schools used to be packed on. Now I don't think they even have Sunday school anymore.
Yeah, man, we do, because I teach Sunday school at my church. I've been teaching Sunday school now.
What is the turnout kind of now? Is it still big like it used to be? Or are you fighting to get kids to come?
No, it's not as big because the parenting has changed.
I look at my church. I look at my church and I say, the church is getting older.
You feel like going to Sunday school?
Yeah. I had no choice. I had no choice.
And so, really, that's the problem right now. Until we, this young generation, now you got some folks that set in the ways, like they say, when you pour concrete, you can mold it the way you want to mold it. But once it get hard, which you need a pickaxe and grab
Amen.
To break it up.
That's right.
And so, if we don't put the values now and morals in these young kids from the cradle, you can forget it.
Gotta teach them.
And a lot of them mimic even their parents what they are doing. Not picking on the inner city. Small houses, only a little curtain per course.
Yeah.
The ladies, the young girls having a different man every day in their house.
Or even parents arguing. My kids never hear me and my ex-wife row. Never. We had plenty row, but never had a row.
And so these young girls, they hearing that, they see that.
Yes.
And so what you expect them to turn out to be?
Exactly.
And David said, son, give me thine heart and let thine eyes observe my ways. So someone said, godliness is more caught than taught.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Got another caller there. Call you on there. How you do?
Hey, good day. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. What's up?
I got Ron. Let me say this. Like,
Okay.
I agree with the gentleman just now.
Uh-huh.
Then too, it kind of thought, and it is true what he said, because I know lately it was 3 young fellas come to me and asked me for a job, right?
Uh-huh.
And one of them was actually one of my younger family members, and he ended up I said, no problem, I got a job, I can bring you with me on Monday, right? My nephew tell me, he say, uncle, don't put him in your car, because you say, you can't carry him in your truck because he into some stuff, right? And so I felt bad. The next week, he was dead. He gets stabbed up someplace off his street.
Wow.
I felt bad because there it is. He was reaching out. He had a new baby. He was out of jail. But still, his troubles follow with it, right? Now, so, with that, see, what we doing on these radios, like how this gentleman said, that does exist. So if you know it's a problem, how we find a solution to that? We just say, oh, you just leave them out there and don't bring them around you. But then what else they can do?
Yeah,
Now,
exactly. So what do? You got to try to figure something that we can do to help the young man.
There you go. So now that means if a young man get out of jail, he ain't got no place else to go back where he was from, that area, and now he want to change, because he see what we're going on. So we can't send him on a project in one of the islands or something. We have to figure out another way. So, yeah, you take them out, especially if they're making that commitment, you got to take them out of harm's way. Separate them, the sheep from the goat, and move them to someplace. I might have a job in the island, but the government might have a project where they could say, okay, you from all you all from my area, you all go that way, so you all we don't mix you up with the fellas from Foxaloo, you understand?
No, I understand.
Yeah, so we already have, once you identify the problem, which we already did, we still have to now find a solution. You just can't leave it in Ignorant Fester until it spill out on everybody else.
Amen.
So that's one of the things, right?
Yeah.
So the next thing is, we have to do the due diligence. You understand? Some people, from what I understand, I don't know too much about it, from some people, they can't find it. That's why they end up in that way. I know most of the, you see, let me just, my mother used to sell food after she retired. She said she stopped doing it because she don't want them hanging up around her yard and all that stuff. But most of them, they'll be sitting on selling drugs all day. They got, when they go out on fish fry on Sunday or whatever, they got the shooters or whatever. And at the end of the day, they don't have $2 in their pocket.
Nope.
They got to go by my mother and say, Mom, you can't give me $2, so I can get her. But when they out to the fish fry, they bad boys.
Yeah.
People bigging them up. But the older fellow who got them as trigger man, he get all the money. He get the nice guy. They on the back has a motorbike.
Yep.
And they'll do anything for him.
Yep.
Because me and you and the gentleman and all that, we ain't picking through and we ain't finding the one. And we don't want that problem around us and our family. But then we have to find some way to make sure this problem don't exist.
Amen.
And you know what, too? You got to start, because this, especially this gangbanging thing, this coming out from the school, from the school itself. That's what I already figure out. Even if you get into the same school, and you from Beantown and the next set from, we have a Chippenham or on the other side of East Street, that's a problem.
Yeah.
You're all in the same school. So you understand? So now when you come out, even you out of school now, you can't find no job. You're still hanging around the corner shooting, whatever, playing domino and waiting for night come so we could go ride and whatever. Everyone broke. You understand? Once I see Joe from school, that's a problem.
Yep.
You understand?
I understand.
It's a core problem. This is the core problem, and you can't say, that's what I'm saying. You cannot say that, hey, don't hire them. We have to figure out a way where, you understand? And
I understand.
I always say, I don't want to run on too much longer, right?
Okay.
Each behemoth, I know you and probably me and all of us, every one of us, grandmother or granddaddy from someplace.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because then they'll be inundated with applications. But you got to go do it. You got to go.
Yeah.
Where Grammy from? Grammy from Cat Island. What part of Cat Island?
New Bite.
From you understand?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. You got property there.
I got but 3 other callers and the time running low.
Right. So anyhow, we can talk probably another day.
Yes, anytime. Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Got another call on the line? Call you on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Burley?
How you doing, brother?
Listening to everybody, and everybody is correct.
Yeah.
In terms of we got to find something to do. But the solution to the problem right there is glaring right at us in the face.
Uh-huh.
Like a deer in the head.
In the headlights?
Been said it a long time.
National Youth Service?
Bite the bullet and institute National Youth Service.
Boy, listen. When Linden talked about that, I think you had more PLPs against that than anybody else.
Yeah, because they were saying back then that Finland wanted his own army. Okay, I can kind of understand that. That was way before its time.
Uh-huh.
But now we see what's happening around us. We see what needs to do.
But isn't the Police Cadet Corps and the Defense Force Rangers as a form of that supposed to be kind of doing similar or pretty much?
That's more like a junior program.
Uh-huh.
What we need to do is like what the Israelis have done or is doing.
The Israelis getting their own army together now. Let's be real. That's the army the Israelis putting together. That's their own army they putting together.
Yeah, if you're not college bound,
Uh-huh.
or you're not some kind of bound family-wise or something, when you get out of high school or whatever, then in Israel, everybody has to do 2 years national.
Now, hold on. Let me ask this. Now, see, you say something that's not twig me right up. If you're not college bound, okay, I understand that. You're getting to college. Okay, that's your exemption. But if you're not, your family ain't got a name or something like that, or you ain't well.
No, what I was saying, if the family don't have not really like a business where you can
be working.
Even if they have a business.
You should still, regardless of your economic, you should still give a service.
Yeah, you should do service.
Yeah.
And we need it. It is really, really, really needed. And we could shape at least 95% of these young men could be shaped into the mold into proper gentlemen.
Interesting.
We need national youth service.
You know, I was waiting on somebody to say this for a week now, and you the first person to come with this?
Yeah, because I think out the box, man.
Okay.
I'm an out the box. Think I get in trouble for it sometimes.
All right.
But that's exactly what we need.
Okay.
Them ain't got to worry about where these young men to go.
Uh-huh.
If you're falling behind, boot camp, you serve it.
Okay.
Boom.
We'll take this next. Thanks, my brother. Appreciate it. Texas says, please tell PM stay off the mic talking fool. Latest statement by the PM. I will sell the Alukai Hotel in Grand Bahama by the end of the year. This same hotel that rubbed egg in the DPM face when he had that big party about being sold. Come to find out that was a lie. The F&M got stuck with the same hotel. The hearts of the Bahamian people must change. There's no love. Love conquers all. Yeah, another call on the line. Love does conquer all. Call you on the air. Valentine's coming, so you can find some more love. I call you on the air. How you doing?
Hey, Pearlie.
Hey, boo-boo. What's up?
I'm fine, thank you. Listen, we duck in love for Valentine, man. We can make back up after the Valentine.
That's what it is. And they duck in love so they can go out and make up like around the 15th, right around the 20th of February.
Exactly.
But if you don't call them, okay.
Yeah, the week after to make it look good.
I got you.
Yeah. So listen, the National Youth Service, even with the police, the Youth Cadet Corps
and the Rangers
and the Defense Force Rangers and stuff. I've said it before when I had a child in primary school. These programs, they are waiting too late to start with these children. I have been one of those parents that stick around the school watching to see how the children interact with each other. These children are gang banging from primary school.
Wow.
They're holding up these finger signs and staying there.
Because they fall in the big cousin or the big brother. They fall in the neighbor and they ain't really know what they're doing when they start holding these gangs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if they are following the neighbors and following the big brothers, if we start from the primary school, my God, you know how much children you miss By the time you reach, my child went to school, primary school, with some kids that started junior school and never finished.
Yeah.
Because why? From primary school, they was into this nonsense.
Yeah.
You understand me? So, and even the smoking and all this other stuff, I said it before, even at the primary school, I said, why don't you all start, even if it's a miniature one of these ranges or whatever, in the primary school?
Well, they have the Cubs and the Brownies and the Boy Spaghettis.
Those things are not working because they've been there ever since. They have a few select children that are interested in it.
I was a Boy Scout.
For me, I'm an Adventist.
Uh-huh.
We do Sabbath school. The entire church is involved in the Sabbath school.
Yes.
We have the babies, we have the toddlers,
Yes.
we have the preschoolers, we have the primary schoolers, we have the seniors, we have the young adults, we have the adults of ages goes and stuff. But everybody goes to church, and everyone still sits in a Sabbath school.
Okay.
Sunday school should not just be for the kids; it should be for the parents. That's where they would have something to do and a discussion about the Bible, and it would encourage them to come and bring the kids.
Okay.
You understand me?
Uh-huh.
So that's why I said, even in our Pathfinder, our babies, as they can walk,
They go to
start
school.
to train in the
And
Pathfinder.
and we need more of that. But caller, I got 3 minutes. I got to take a commercial break. I got to take one more call. So I can say bye this time, but I really appreciate your call, my love. Caller, just before you go, let me just read these two quick ones and I can let you have the last say. Good afternoon, Pearlie. I feel we need to consult a new group of people to assist with the crime fight. Persons like psychiatrists who can lend help to show how the mental psyche of the criminals due to drug abuse. This has been started more perpetrators for an early as primary school. I can't read, that's a lot, and I'm running out of time. Read the last one. But if the young men don't want to go into the national service, we will be locking them up. The majority of our young men are not getting into problems. Caller, you got the last say.
Yes, Burley, Alan Johnson. Just a quick point.
Aye.
You know what the problem is, Shirley? We got leadership that is cemented in the past and denies of the future. And so when you talk about the police and technology and everything else, for instance, you had the crime minister who basically when the FNM was saying the things they want to do, he says, we're already doing that, we're already doing that, we're already doing that. See, the problem what people don't understand is that you can be doing things just not correctly and you need to be critiqued to be put on the right path. So you could be, very good at doing things very badly, and that's exactly what is happening. But what I want to tell Behemoths is we have to be very, very aware that we are in a crisis. When you see the prime minister move to slander the opposition and begin to weaponize the police, and that's a fact, okay? Because, when the pushback came from Mr. Pintad to show the prime minister began to use what is a linguistic contortionism to say that Richard said something, so that makes you a person of interest. The prime minister is a KC, a noted attorney that knows the process and also knows how the police force work.
Exactly.
And so when these things are happening and the police just, and so we have to be careful of that because it shows a point of desperateness. And the reason it is this. We have a country with a health crisis, education,
30 seconds.
talent, housing, security, jobs thing, economic crisis, food crisis, and the government is showing no solutions. In the same way the Prime Minister says he's going to hire the people and get them $260 a week to stop being gangbangers, but here's a problem. We got digital economy, blue economy, orange economy, artificial economy, all these various things that these people could be put in. The problem is you don't have leadership to understand it. So guess what? We need to prepare for 2026 because we will have leadership that will lead us into the new Bahamas.
Thank you. Thank you, Colin. Great show. Thank you, everybody. This is Pearlie Talking Heads Thursday, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We hit the news. When we come back, we can be talking sports. Talking sports. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the texts.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas. It's Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Just because they were on sale, Max bought things that he and his friend really didn't need. Hungry for deals? Let KFC satisfy your cravings before you do something crazy. Get a KFC 6-piece value deal with 6 pieces of juicy fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for only $20. Order your new favorite deal online with Messenger or WhatsApp Hi to 557-3663 to start your KFC order today. Nobody does value like KFC, and it's finger-licking good.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. With the new JetBlue CIBC First Caribbean credit card, you're cleared for takeoff to a world of incredible benefits and perks. Use your card and earn up to 2 times True Blue points on everyday purchases. Get your first check back free and travel to your next vacation faster. Apply for the JetBlue CIBC First Caribbean credit card today at cibcfcib.com/JetBlue.
Foreign Currency brings you the African Giant, live in concert, Burna Boy. Burna Boy performing live. Saturday, February 17th, taking place at Clifford Park with Burna Boy performing live. Also performing Rich Homie Quan, 38 Afri, Joe Capone, Banks Civelli, Rati Pinder, Bloody, Fat Shot, Puzzle, Judah the Lion, and Jay Shepard. Hosted by Natural Empress, Rika C, Pencil, and Aaron Ray. Music by the country's top DJs, Overdose, DJ Tank, DJ Hennessy, DJ Mad Bull, AJ Unruly, DJ Melody, Spilling the Gate 2024. Saturday, February 17th at Clifford Park with Burna Boy. Get tickets now. The name of the game is to be on the scene.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Good afternoon. Hello, second half of Talking Heads Thursdays on Guardian Radio 96.9. This early in the house. Time to talk a little bit of sports. That was a great first hour. This week, I had a good time talking, trying to find a different way to talk about some of the problems, and particularly crime in this country. And I hope that I was able to reach some people. I hope I was able to get some ideas that some people will hear and maybe take up. And hopefully it'll do some good. So thank you. Anyway, today, hey, it's 32. I keep forgetting to call the numbers. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, toll free 242-300-5720, and text me, powered by BTC 4224796. All right, you got a call. I'll call you on there. Caller, what's up?
Hey, Pearly.
Hey. Yeah. Listen to your phone. Don't listen to the radio.
Yeah, what's going on? No, I didn't turn that down.
Okay, what's up?
Man, everything cool. Boy, you see, we get Terry Rose now, boy, so Boston can't beat us. Boston can't beat us in 7, son.
You think so?
Terry Rose, boy.
You really think so?
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's our defensive man now, boy. And we playing Boston tonight.
That's true,
Boston tonight, yeah.
I can give you my pick on that a little later then.
Yeah. Well, your girl playing tonight too, boy.
Yes.
I'm watching our game.
Oh, no, I got to watch that tonight. That's the number one. They playing South Carolina number one team, so right. This is a big game. This is a big game.
That's a big game, man.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry we playing tonight, bro.
Yeah, I can watch out.
I could be flipping between back and forth between the two of them.
But the app I got on my TV is I could do 2 screens.
Okay, you like that, man.
Yeah, listen. That little twice my turn, give me. I get two screens.
We working hard, so we could deserve to treat ourselves.
So I could watch. I usually, because I was doing that before, I used to be watching the Dodgers and then a little bit of basketball or something like that when the season first started. So yeah.
Yeah, I just want to upgrade the game like that. Now we hire any defensive coordinator yet?
No, not yet. They're talking to some people now, so I'm looking for something to pop up any minute.
Yeah, you have anyone in mind? I think I like the Michigan Wolverines defensive coordinator.
The linebackers coach for the Dolphins is some other teams are pursuing him as for the coordinator's position or a higher position. So he's a person of interest. And then Staley, who was the head coach of the Chargers.
He all right too. He all right.
He's a very good defensive mind. So, and the same other names, there's about 10 names that came up. Even Belichick and Rex Ryan name came up at some point in it. I don't know. But I think that's just they long shots. Very, very long shots.
Yeah. So, your boy back in the NFL again. Jim Harbaugh back in the NFL again.
Yeah, but he's
with the Chargers.
Yeah, that's something. On the final 10, the herd gonna talk a little bit about Justin Herbert and how Jim Harbaugh gonna help him. Harbaugh was a quarterback and played quarterback for the Chargers.
And he been to the Super Bowl too, right?
With the 49ers, he played his brother.
Beat him, right?
Yeah, he played his brother in the Super Bowl. So he everywhere he's gone, he's developed. He's really good.
He's a winner.
He knows how to build teams. He's really done well in building teams, and I think it's a great pick for the Chargers. I think it's a great signing for the Chargers. If they be patient with him, I think he could bring a winner there.
I think so too. Now watch this one, Brady. When John and the Baltimore Ravens win the Super Bowl, two brothers could be champions in the same year.
I hear you loud and clear. That's a possibility. Yeah. That's a distinct possibility. And actually, I'm not hidden. That's my pick. I picked Baltimore to go all the way. I just didn't tell you who they can play yet.
Me too, man. My boy, he clicking on all cylinders right now.
They're looking very good.
And their defense ain't playing too.
They're looking very good. I got to give credit where credit due.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my pick. So, all right then, Pearly.
Okay, my brother.
I need your number, man. Let the producer give me your number off here, or if you don't want to give it to me on here.
Okay.
And then, because I guess you and Naughty then have where y'all going for your Super Bowl party.
Well, I've not planned anything yet, and I just say no.
Let me talk to y'all off here. But don't be Super Bowl. You know that Sunday after the Super Bowl, no Super Bowl. I mean, Sunday coming. The next Sunday after that, no football.
Right.
So
no football NBA, on the 4th, no football on the February 4th, and then the Super Bowl on the 11th.
Right, so that'll probably be the Pro Bowl and then the NBA showcase.
Yeah.
So it could probably be that Sunday anyhow. But give me your number. I'm gonna set up some.
Okay, I'd say on and producer, give me my number, please. Okay, let's move to today in sports history. Today is Thursday, January 25th, 2024. In 1924, the first Winter Olympic Games, also known as the Winter Olympics Festival, was inaugurated in Chesmar in the French Alps. 16 countries set 294 athletes to compete in 5 sports and 13 events. The Winter Olympics don't grab me, but I watch some of it. I might watch the hockey. I like the ice skating, and then when they come they're downhill and flying off the thing and coming trying. That's the only thing I really like about it. Oh, I like curling. I do like curling. In 1981, the Oakland Raiders beat the Philadelphia Eagles 27-10 in the Super Bowl 15. The Raiders won the Super Bowl after entering the playoffs as a wild card team. In 1987, Neil Diamond signed the U.S. national anthem at the Super Bowl 21, is that? In 1987, the New York Giants defeated the Denver Broncos in 39-24 in Super Bowl 21 at NBC. The game featured 10 TV commercial costing $550,000 for 30 seconds. I think they're like $5 million now. In 1988, Ricky Green of the Utah Jazz scored the 5 millionth point in NBA history. In 1995, the defense gave the opening statement for the O.J. Simpson trial. If it don't fit, you must acquit. In 1998, the Denver Broncos beat the Green Bay Packers 31-24 in Super Bowl XXXII. So that's Super Bowl 32. The Broncos had lost 3 previous Super Bowl appearances with quarterback John Elway. The win also broke the 13-game winning streak of the NFC. In 2002, Ken Hitchcock was fired as head coach of the Dallas Stars. He had a record of 277 to 160, 66. Now, don't ask me. 277, 160. That must be 60 ties and six something else. Anyway, 5 straight division titles with 2 Stanley Cup final appearances. His postseason record was 47-33. In 2003, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. That's Super Bowl 38 in San Diego. Coach John Good, at age 39, was the youngest coach to ever win the title. In 2010, Kelly Kalak became the first woman to win the PBA Tour title. In 2002, the USFL announced that the league headquarters would be Birmingham, Alabama, and all games for 2022 will be played there. Sports quote, perhaps the single most important element of mastering the technique of tactic and racing is experience. But once you have the fundamentals, acquiring the experience is the matter of time. Greg LeMond, that's the Tour de France champ. what's happening in the Bahamas on the page of the Guardian Sports page. Women's basketball returns on Saturday after a 4-year hiatus. League play is back. Bowleg sees growth in Bahamas baseball, and World Athletic Relays Bahamas 24 May 4th and 5th. Excuse me, is back. The relays are back to the Bahamas, May 4th and 5th, 2024. Excited about that. We should have some good fun. How do I feel about the Texas says? I'm surprised no one dropped. Great show. How do you feel about Embiid dropping 70? And I'm surprised no one dropped 170 in Detroit. You mean a team may not know one person. See somebody help. See this to help right now. Hockey records go wins, loss, ties, OT loss. Thank you very much. And I should know that. I really shame I know that. I got to give more attention to it. Thank you so much. I know the big teams this year are the Avalanche, the Bruins, and the Rangers. They're the three big teams this year in NHL. So Jim Harbaugh is the new coach of the San Diego Chargers. I see Vic Fangio agreed to the deal with the Philadelphia Eagles to become their defensive coordinator. It was a mutual separation between the Dolphins and him. Apparently, he wants to be in Philadelphia, closest to his family. Apparently, you hear some things after you go, right? Charlie, he do this and he do that. They talk about you bad when you leave, and I understand some place that Javon Holland was kicking rocks, and did a video kicking rocks. Somebody else posted everybody wanted an iPhone, but nobody wanted the iPhone 1. I guess everybody wanted the 15. So I guess they were throwing shade at Fangio. Apparently, even though some players had some great years, Justin Chubb had a great year. Soler had a great year. Wilkinson had a great year. Jalen Ramsey had a good year. So they're trying to give him credit for that. But I never was happy with his defense. Never. I thought we gave him too many yards, gave him too many points, and I think he put. No, I wasn't happy. They didn't let too much pressure on Tua having to fight, and they no. So it'll be interesting to see who the Dolphins get. Be real interesting to see who the Dolphins get. I'll keep my eyes open. I'm watching. There's the linebacker coach. I try to remember his name off the top of my head. Who a lot of people seem to like. So that may be something to look at. Maybe he's coming there. Then they're talking about Staley, the Chargers former head coach, who should not have been a head coach. Should not have been a head coach. Should not. All right. I guess the Falcons signed a new head coach. Supposed to be a pretty decent guy, Raheem Morris. So he's supposed to be pretty good. So we'll see what happens there. Tua and Tyreek Hill nominated for some awards. So we'll see what happens there. A lot of people think that next year is going to be a pressure year for McDaniels for the Dolphins. Pressure to win because he's got the team and he needs to win, I understand the Dolphins got rid of some coaches, They got rid of some coaches. They shaking up the coaching staff, but they're making some changes. Particularly on offense and special teams. I was kind of surprised when some people I saw they got rid of, They did to bring the box offensive assistant coach Mike Judge is gone, Richard Allen gone, special team assistant Brendan Farrell gone. Y'all don't know these people, so I don't know even like calling these names to y'all. So they're looking at ways to improve the team. I thought that was kind of interesting to see. I didn't think it was going to be a lot of many changes. I thought the Dolphins were moving in the right direction. I didn't think there was going to be a lot of changes that you have to make, but I guess so. I guess there is a lot of changes you got to make there. They did not register to me like that. Did not register to me like that. The playoffs this weekend. How excited about that. Other teams making some moves in the NFL. I think 3 or 4. Atlanta signed so 4 of the 7. 4 of the 7 teams that who fired the coaches are basically have filled the position. So there's a couple more to go. I think it's a good sign to bring Raheem Morris in. It's good to see a lot more fellas of color like me. Some people think I'm a little whitish, but darker skinned people getting the jobs. I like that. understand that the Panthers are going to hire Dave Canales, who is the Bucs offensive coordinator. So that as their head coach, he's a light skin, like that naughty kind of people, light skin. So that's going to be something interesting to look at. So fellas, these teams are starting to heat up. And start because you got it because you got the draft and everything coming up like that. So we'll see. Kellen Moore has been getting some interest from the Browns and the Eagles. That he's the Chargers offensive coordinator, so I don't know if Harbaugh's going to keep him. So Kellen Moore's getting some interest. He might move on because I think Harbaugh's going to bring his own coordinator from Michigan. You got another call on the line? Caller, what's up? You on the line? Tell me, talk to me. Hey, I read your man.
Oh, no, I ain't that caller, but Boston. Let me tell him something. I'm a diehard Boston fan.
I know that.
Okay, now, only team that I feel give Boston some trouble is Milwaukee.
You think so?
Yeah, man.
See, but you got to look now. Credit where credit due, right? Now, I know Heat fan. I can't understand them, right? Yeah. But the Heat know how to play playoff basketball.
The Heat ain't as strong as, to me, you know. They let, what he named, Zeus, he could have shoot good, and those guys who was there, don't forget, one or two of them gone.
Yeah.
Now they bring in, what he named, Rozier, don't forget, he used to play with Boston.
Mr. Defense player. That's supposed to be the stopper for them, eh? Who he can stop?
I don't know what he, and that's the boy, he used to play with Boston.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But he only is a little scorer. He scores sometimes. That's about it.
But isn't he a defensive player? A 3-and-D?
I rather Lowry is a defensive better than him to me.
Okay. Well, he seems to think he's better fit. They get rid of Lowry and kept
him. He's only younger, but I don't think Lowry to me was a better defense when it comes to that. Now maybe get rid of Lowry. Why I think they could get something for him because he's down in age a little bit.
Yeah, up in age, down in age.
I think that's probably one of the moves they make. My man could score. What do you do, Rozier? He always going to shoot the ball sometime. And that's about it. But if you see Milwaukee team, boy, they got what they call the Greek, the freak, or what they call him.
They got their new head coach in Doc Rivers.
Yeah, they got a new head coach, and their record's still pretty good. And then they have that boy with the fella name Millington or
Middleton.
Yeah, he dangerous too.
So
they got a tough team. That's the team we got to worry about.
I think, I honestly, and and people can beg to differ with me. I think that the team to beat this Boston. I think that Milwaukee is the next team that you need to look out for. And like I said, I won't count Miami out mainly because they know how to play playoff basketball. For some reason, they just rise to the occasion. So I would never count them under that.
Rise, but again, I don't think they're strong as they.
I don't think they got enough to beat Boston. I don't think so.
No.
Tonight we'll see. They got Boston tonight in Miami.
Yeah. In Miami. I don't catch you on your first hour, but I can call you tomorrow. I don't want to say something.
No, Naughty will be here tomorrow. Tomorrow is my Friday, TGI Friday.
Okay.
Hot Air Fryer Day.
All right.
All right, but still call and say to Naughty I can be listening.
All right.
All right. Thanks for calling. Appreciate that.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but it can be a good test for the Heat tonight. A really good test for the Heat tonight. It can be a really good test for the Heat tonight. I'm waiting to see, Bulls playing the Lakers tonight. Oh, boy. That's another test. Yeah. I don't know, boy. But I'm excited about... Carly on there.
Pearly, you sell food on Friday.
Say it again?
Papa, how you doing, buddy?
I hear Papa. What you say, Papa?
You say something with the air fryer.
Tomorrow's air fryer day. Yeah.
Were you sell on Friday?
No, man. I like eat. If I like eat, I got know how to cook. I live by myself, so I got know how to cook.
I agree. So I tell my son the same thing. My mom used to tell me the same thing.
But I love to cook.
Woman mad with you or they leave you, that means you can start, but you know how to do nothing.
Listen, when I was mad, I used to do all the cooking in the house, so that was never a problem there. But
you bossy like me?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
and you say you're looking for love?
I never say that. Where did you get that from? I don't remember. I plead the fifth. I don't know what you're talking about.
I try in Jesus Christ. Suggest you do the same thing. It's a good week, man. But if you, I want to check the photo because that boys, I know man can handle themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to do something. When he said, "Yeah, Muff talking, Muff could bring it for me."
Yeah, Muff say he would like the grill, so maybe you'll do something.
Yeah, Muff is coming here. We don't play with food and stuff like that. We
No,
live
man.
good, man.
Listen, I love to eat and I like to cook.
Just don't let the smoke bother you, you know?
No, that's all right. I good.
Bother you.
I ain't from Chippenham, I good.
You can take the smoke?
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't judge, and I don't judge what you do from what you don't do, right?
I respect you, understand me.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
All right, my brother. Take care. I ain't gonna judge you, man. You do this with you whatever you do, you have to answer on your life. You know. But yeah, so that can be a good test for the Heat and the Celtics tonight. I like that game. And I'll give my scores a little later, but that 1 month before spring training in baseball starts. So you got nothing major, like no major signings happening anymore because just about all the real free agents are gone in terms of already signed their contracts. And who, like the Dodgers, couple of lefties out there and stuff like that. People like Jock Peterson, he hasn't signed yet. He was a Dodger and he went to 49ers. I hear the D-backs talking to him. We got another call on the line. The D-backs are talking to him, so we'll see where Jock Peterson goes. There's a couple of not so big a name, but some impact players who's still out there. Call you on the air. How you doing?
You, man, we ain't going by no record. They had a good record last year.
Who's they?
We get inside.
Who's they?
Boston. Boston had a good record last year. We barely get inside the play-in. We gone straight to the finals. We put them out in Game 7 in Boston.
Yeah.
In the Garden. Put them out. We see, like you're right, when time for playoff and the Eastern Conference Final, like Stephen A. Smith say, Tatum and Brown is disappear.
Yeah.
They go for 3 for 21.
Yeah.
And things like that.
Yeah.
And 2 for 20 from the 3-point line.
Yep.
You see, they disappear when time to step up. Like you say, we know how to turn on the heat. We know how to turn up the finest. And think when time to really when we get in the playoff, we barely get in the play-in.
Yeah.
We go straight to the finals.
Yeah.
And if Hero didn't break his wrist, we'd probably do a better job against Denver. But we can't do nothing with the Joker. No one could do nothing.
Ain't nobody doing the Jokers eat everybody for breakfast.
That game-winning shot with he did today, man, off the chin.
Yep.
But we lose 4 in a row, and we still could beat Boston tonight because Rose just come in late Tuesday night, and he was a little disorientated. He was the butterfly in his stomach. The night I say he go for 25 easy tonight.
But y'all on something like 9 points underdogs tonight, you know.
I know. And then that's our defensive man for Tatum and Brown. Okay. Yeah, you ask the gentleman who you play defense on Tatum and Brown. Tatum and Brown only going for 3 for 27 tonight.
Okay. I can wait that. Now, don't duck me tomorrow. Call me. Let me know.
What? I call it, and Mr. Sawyer will be on the show tomorrow.
Yes.
I call the red up, Mr. Sawyer.
All right, my brother. You take care. Hey, Sawyer, you better come now. People looking up for you to be there. And that's a different story. But we can take our first break. This is Talking Heads Thursdays with Pearly Sports Talk. What's happening? Who you pulling for? Who you hope to win this weekend? Big games, the 49ers and Detroit and the Ravens and the Chiefs. Who's going to do it? I got mines. We'll be back in a few minutes. Talking Heads, Pearly and Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Hold tight.
Of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like their mother jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
The new KFC Nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets, in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
And we're back. I was just looking at with baseball coming up, some stuff that happening, and who are some of the big moves that could be happening out there to get some things right. And I guess Cleveland has its closer, Emmanuel Clase, C-L-A-S-E Clase, I pronounce. So the Dodgers looking for a closer right now. So they're thinking about proposed trade. Dodgers would get the right-hand pitcher, the closer Emmanuel Clase, and Cleveland Guardians would get catcher, first baseman Dalton Rushing, and outfielder Andy Page. And Rushing is the Dodgers' top catching prospect. But you got another one, the Catayas there, who's really good, and Bill Smith is still pretty young. So you have to make a move in one of those catches one day soon, because it ain't fair to them to have them sitting in AAA and they can't get up and they could be in a major league ready. So that might make sense to move. And then the Cubs are a front runner for him, but if he wants to win and he wants an opportunity to get to the World Series, the best bet for him would be to the Dodgers. I'm looking forward to that. And then you got somebody Montgomery, the pitcher who Texas hasn't signed yet. Boston would be looking at him as a really good fit for him. All right, and you get there's a Snelling or there hasn't signed yet. The pitcher from the left-hand pitcher from San Diego. He was on the Dodgers radar before the Dodgers make them big moves, but he hasn't signed yet. It's kind of surprising that nobody's gotten him yet. So it's gonna be a surprise team to grab him at a late. It can be late. You can be sharp. I guess the Yankees giving up on Domingo German, so it looks like Orioles talking to him, the Blue Jays and the Mets. Well, nobody, I gotta ask you, I'm naughty, but then why the Yankees interested? And like I said, Jock Peterson, the former Dodger, who betrayed my Dodgers and went to the Giants, and now he's gonna doubly betray my Dodgers, and look like he's gonna be signed in to become the designated hitter for the Diamondbacks. That's why maybe to strike him out there more often. He had a funny haircut too, but he's still tight with many members of the Dodgers team, so that's fine with me, That's fine. If you ain't on my team, that's your business. You ain't gonna win. So like I said, we talking about the Falcons hiring Raheem Morris. I'm excited about that signing. I got to call my son and ask him about that, because I thought Belichick was going to be there. So what it does is opens a question out there. What's wrong with Belichick? Why nobody want him? Most everybody doesn't get the head coach. So it sounds like Belichick is out of it. Will not be signing with the team this year. That's what it's looking like, and more I'm hearing that. I was watching ESPN this morning, and people were questioning as to why nobody jumping on him like that. The major problem is he wants total control. He won't pick the players. He won't decide who they play, and coach them. And I think a lot of people are getting away from that. He doesn't. At 71, he got the time and the energy to evaluate all those players, make those personnel decisions when you should have a team doing that, and somebody else for the final say in that. You get on recommendations. But Falcons got to get themselves a quarterback now, and they can be a pretty good. The South ain't bad to be. So if the Falcons find themselves a decent quarterback, they can find themselves a decent quarterback. The Falcons can win the South easy. You can win the NFC South easy. You take much Tampa Bay with Mayfield, so it ain't hard to do. In terms of that, you're talking 9-10 wins and you win your division. But I think he has the talent. He got a decent defense. He got a lot of offensive talent, but he got the quarterback. So hopefully he can get himself a quarterback, and that'll be good.
Like I said, the Panthers going to hire Davey Canales. He's the Tampa Bay Bucks offensive coordinator. He's the one who made turn Baker Mayfield's season around and put Baker Mayfield there to get that big payday again. Really good offensive mind. Really, really good offensive mind. And I'm noticing a lot of teams hiring offensive mind coaches. Not so much the defensive mind coaches. You know, Dan Quinn, some people still talking to Dan Quinn, so he may not be there. Trevor Lawrence had a rough year this year, so people start looking at, think they can bring him back, but I understand the GM made a statement today saying that he ain't going nowhere. He's our quarterback for the long term. So you can't dispute that. Kellen Moore, we spoke about him earlier. I don't like him. And every time his name comes, people looking to get him like he's a great offensive mind. I don't know. I mean, I've seen him have success certain places and not so much success anywhere else. So I guess the Browns want to talk to him and the Eagles want to talk. And the Eagles need offensive coordinators. So I guess they want to talk to him about the charge because he's the Chargers, and like I said, he may not be there. I think Harbaugh's bringing his man in from Michigan. You know, so the only 4 more vacant head coach vacancies left. All right, only 4 more left. I think that's when Harbaugh went to the Chargers, right? Falcons got the Panthers, Seattle Seahawks, the Washington. So you got the Panthers, Seattle Seahawks, and the Washington Commanders looking at candidates now that Harbaugh is gone. All right? So you got people like, you take all these fellas like Callahan, Mayo, and Antonio Perez gone. So you got Bobby, do you think he's that much? Bobby Solik, Mike McDonald, Bill Belichick. Do you think Bill Belichick would take a coordinator's position? But he's still available. Then you get Dan Quinn, whose name is coming up a lot. He did get the Falcons to the Super Bowl, blew a triple possession lead to Tom Brady. He has done a decent job at Dallas, decent. And then Mike Vrabel. I'm surprised Mike Vrabel hasn't been hired yet. I don't know. I don't know. He's a good defensive mind coach. Maybe that's why, because he's defensive minded coach, and maybe they don't want that. You know, I'll be interested to see. It ain't bothering me if they did. I got mine. So I just look and see who else the Dolphins gonna bring in. Who would get us our defensive coordinator? Maybe it could be Vrabel. I'd like to see that. That'll be something fun to look at. Boy, you got a lot of teams under pressure. Pittsburgh, you know. That's been interesting to see Pittsburgh next year with Tomlinson in last year of his contract. Will they give him an extension? That'll be fun to see. I'll be watching, see. Keep our eyes open. It's going to heat up. You know, but we're getting into that lull now. It's pretty soon, you know. Playoffs, NFL playoffs are coming to the wire. So you got the NFC, AFC championships this weekend. And then the February 4th, there's no football. And then February 11th, the Super Bowl Sunday. Then after that, you have nothing else no more. Well, you know, I got to give the NFL credit where credit due. They found a way to keep NFL football relevant all year round. So once we get out of the Super Bowl, you get into the combines, which I love to watch. That's where you see the fellas who run the 40s, the vertical jumps, how the cornerbacks run protection, how the cornerbacks run coverage, how the wide receivers run routes, and you get to see some fellas before they're drafted and see what they're worth. So that's kind of fun. Get right out of that into the draft. So you're keeping you relevant. They talk about the combines, you start talking about all these players, where you think they can go, then you come right into the draft and you're still talking football, you're done into April. And then you get right back in the end of July, August, into spring training. So NFL has done a really good job of marketing, a really good job of keeping their name relevant year-round. And I think the other sports are starting to catch wind of that and trying to do some things. Now, baseball had a pretty good, baseball got out in October, and winter meetings and all the big moves had everything buzzing before Christmas. And then now everything slow down. They're just beating for spring training to start. So you got about a month, and then you get spring training, and then a month, and then you get baseball starts. Then you get the dog days of summer into August, and then the Dodgers win the World Series. So, that should be kind of that fun. So let's look at some of the picks and see where we're going. See where we're going here for tomorrow, tonight. And then tomorrow when we speak, we'll have our playoff picks. Who I think Baltimore will play in the Super Bowl. So I gave you one half. I'm still torn between the 49ers and the Lions. I'm still analyzing. Yes, not Texas. I'm supposed to tell the caller. A friend of mine said, hey, and you in the soccer, you're in Texas. Tex. Thank you for all the texts. All right, friend? They call me a track dickery. I like brag. But let's look at, like I say, I haven't decided between the 49ers and the Lions, and for one reason and one reason only, Debo Williams. If Debo Williams is not playing on Sunday, 49ers can mail it in. They're done. Stick a fork in them. Lions will beat them. They're 10 points. They score 10 points less a game when Williams not playing. He's the heart and soul of that team. You talk about McCaffrey all you want, Kittle all you want, you talk about all them all you want, Purdy all you want. The heart and soul of the 49ers, and 49 dare y'all to tell me I'm wrong. Debo Williams, and he's not there. Debo Sanders, y'all in trouble. Big trouble. If Debo does not play, the 49ers lose. If Debo plays, then that's a different story, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Then I have to start reevaluating and thinking how I think. All right? So you get a little hint. I have not made up my mind on who I think will win the game between the 49ers and the Saints. And the Lions. I really want the Saints to be there. Nah. And I might, even if Debo's not playing, I might say, hey. Even if Debo is playing, I might say, hey, because he may not be 100%. That shoulder may not be right. So we'll see. We will see. Let's look at the picks for the night. Who we got, who, and who as well. The Philadelphia 76ers at the Indiana Pacers. I don't know. Sixers are 4.5 point favorites. I'll take the Sixers and the points tonight. Remember yesterday when I told Naughty I'll take the Thunder and the points? Yep. 140 to 114. That's what I pointed out there. Okay. So I'll take the Sixers tonight and the points. The Utah Jazz at the Wizards. The Jazz at the Wizards. Boy. The Wizards got beat last night by the Timberwolves. I go with the Jazz. I scared of that the 7.5. Go with the money line. The Denver Nuggets at the New York Knicks. Denver 2.5 point favorites. 2.5 point favorites. Both of them are rested. Neither played last night. And they're in New York. 2.5. I take New York and the points. Minnesota Timberwolves at the Brooklyn Nets. The Timberwolves put up some points last night. They put up 118 points. In Washington, it's not a long travel right to New York, couple hours. Boy. I'll take the Wolves and the points. Sacramento Kings at the Golden State Warriors. Sacramento 2.5 points. I scared of that line. I'll take the Kings and the money line. No, you know what? I'm going to the Warriors and the money line tonight. The Boston Celtics at the Miami Heat. Boston are 8.5 point favorites. 8.5 point. The Heat got beat last night. The Grizzlies are all over the Heat last night. That's interesting. That's really interesting. But the caller called and tell me he's sure the Heat can win tonight. So just to mess with him, just to piss him off, I'm taking the Celtics and the points tonight. I think the Celtics blow the Heat out tonight in Miami. You don't like that, eh? The Chicago Bulls at the Los Angeles Lakers. Oh, God. Lakers stink. The Lakers suck. The Lakers are terrible. This is not the team that I thought we'll have this year. I was excited with some of the players we get, albeit Gabe Vincent not back yet. You know, he may. I don't know. I guess Davis is game dying decision. LeBron is game dying decision. Zach LaVine out. I think the Lakers tonight and the money line. It's been fun. Thanks a lot. I had a great day. I had a great week with you. Pearlie is saying, see you later. This has been Talking Heads Thursdays on Guardian Radio 96.9. Thank you for the call. Thank you for the texts. Thank you for the text. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. Let me talk and give you a picks on the NFL playoffs. Take care. This has been Pearlie. I'm out.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
Refined style with elegant taste. Refined threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Struggling to repay your loan? Let us help you get back on track with payment terms that suits your financial situation and improve your credit score and credit report with the Bahamas Credit Bureau. Inquire about our restructured loans today. Call us at 356-7764.
Out there, NFL Network analyst, former NFL scout for multiple teams, Daniel Jeremiah, also tolerates J-Mac on a regular basis. He's a broadcaster for the Chargers. So yesterday, I'm working out, and, you know, I'm throwing around some weight there, Daniel. And I'm sitting there watching the TV screens. It's Chargers everywhere. I get into my car. It's Charger talk everywhere. And I thought, they made $5 million on free advertising in LA. It was everywhere. Nothing against Ben Johnson. It wouldn't have led the local news on all 3 or 4 stations. You know the Chargers well. You're on their broadcast. I mean, you tell me the feeling in that building today.
It's pretty electric, man. Everybody's fired up, and they said you could already kind of feel Harbaugh's presence, you know, just with him being in the building thus far. It's brought an energy and a life to that place. You know, they're moving into that new facility, which will be really, really, first class. And it just feels like this is a kind of a springboard for them. It felt like a move that they absolutely had to make. And, I think one of the things we can talk about on the field and the impact that it'll make, Colin, nobody talks about the fact that, from an ownership standpoint, these franchises, the value of these franchises can be impacted when you make moves like this.
Yes.
Like this is whatever they paid him, which I know was top dollar. They've already put that right back in their pockets. It's a very smart move.
Everybody's talking about it. Now, I do think they lost 7 of their 12 losses were by 3 or less, led the league. So I think this team's going to be very good very quickly. They're over the cap. You're a draft guy. They've got the number 5 pick. They could go with a tight end. They could go receiver. They don't need a quarterback, an edge rusher, or a left tackle. They don't need that. And that's what the draft is stocked with in the first 20 picks. Where do you think they go with their top pick, which, by the way, they can move down and accumulate more picks? What do you think they do?
Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there. You know, when you look at some of the key needs for this team, when you think a corner has to be up there towards the top, defensive tackle is a screaming need. Well, there's not going to be the value for either one of those positions where they're picking at 5. So, you know, it's going to be tricky of trades in this draft just because the depth at certain positions. But you know how it is. Teams fall in love with certain players. And if the phone rings, I would think that would be an easy choice for the Chargers to be able to slide back, get some more picks as they try and, you know, invest in the line of scrimmage. Because Harbaugh, everywhere he's been, they've been outstanding at the line of scrimmage. So you know at some point in time through free agency and through the draft, it's going to be heavily, you know, offense and defensive linemen.
Now, Justin Herbert last year got injured. You know, what's interesting with Harbaugh, you can't pigeonhole him, nor his brother, as like defensive coach, offensive coach. Because when he was with the Niners, they had 4 top 10 defenses, no top 10 offenses. The Michigan National Championship team didn't throw the ball down the field. What, in your opinion, will he do as a former scout, as somebody that knows this game and watches film? What does Justin Herbert just need infused into him going forward?
Well, I think they're going to ask less of him, you know, and I think this has been kind of a narrative. I've seen this a bunch of, you know, Justin Herbert, you know, get ready. The MVPs are going to start stacking up, you know, with Jim Harbaugh in here at coach. I'm like, no, I mean, we've seen this with Andrew Luck at Stanford. I mean, most college coaches would have had Andrew Luck and said, you know what, he's the best player in college football for these 2 years. I'm going to throw it 55 times a game. And he didn't do it. He believes in a way of playing football where you're going to be physical, you're going to take pressure, you're going to relieve pressure off your quarterback. And when you do throw it, you can be efficient and you can be explosive. So I really think less is going to be more with Justin in that regard. And then they've got to clean up. And if you watch their games this year, they had pass protection issues late in games, crucial moments. I think he'll do a really nice job of getting that kind of stuff cleaned up.
Okay, so I want to put J-Mac, you know, him and Brock Purdy. And my takeaway is there are outliers in everything. I mean, Kurt Warner, the league made a mistake, but there were some circumstances why he dropped. Antonio Gates, first time I saw him, I'm like, but he didn't play like a college football. So generally, if a guy is drafted low, there's circumstantial stuff. There isn't really with Brock Purdy. He played, he started, he won. As a scout, how do you look at Purdy and his success?
Well, I look at him as going to the perfect spot for, you know, how he plays the game. And, you know, you always, when you're with teams, a lot of times they'll say, hey, if guys go other places and are successful or fail, I really don't care. We are drafting for our team what we need and how they fit. And he's the perfect fit. He's the perfect fit for how Kyle Shanahan wants to play, where he's going to get you and he's going to put you in great situations where I need you to see clearly and I need you to be able to deliver the ball accurately. And most of the time, I'm going to get you in positions where these guys are going to be significantly open. The thing that was fascinating about last week's game is it kind of turned into a pure drop back game. And that to me is not who Brock Purdy is. I give him credit because at the last drive, he pulled it off and he made it happen. But I thought they put that game a little bit in jeopardy by not running that offense more through Christian McCaffrey in that specific game. But to answer your question, yeah, I mean, I got Brock Purdy wrong. I didn't see him in any situation being able to play at this high of a level. So I will easily concede that. But I do think it was a perfect marriage for his skill set in this system.
I want to go back to something. Albert Breer said something earlier. Everybody acknowledges Caleb Williams is like a 5-tool baseball player. Outside of a personality conflict, it should work. And then there's a couple of guys that I think are really, really good. Drake May and Jaden Daniels look really good. And then I get some guys that I have concerns. J.J. McCarthy's a little slight. Bo Nix doesn't feel special. Michael Penix injuries. And Albert Breer said there could be a team like Atlanta that's drafting 12, 13, 14, somewhere around the middle, first round, and they just say, we'll just do Russell Wilson. We got all the weapons. We're not paying him. Let's just go get him. We know the top of this draft. I think it's fair to say, and you're a scout, that Drake May and Caleb are pretty high prospects. What about the second group of guys, which a lot of teams just don't want to spend draft capital to move? How do you view Bo Nix, Penix, J.J. McCarthy? How do you view them as prospects?
I'd use the word intriguing. I think there is things you can love about them. With Bo Nix specifically, he started 61 games, which 5 years ago people would say is a bad thing. Now I think we've seen an example that this is a good thing, because you're only going to get maybe 2 years worth of starts before the judge and jury are going to come down with a verdict. So I'd rather have a guy who's ready from game one, to be able to go. And I think he is. He's ready made. I like the fact he's been through some adversity. I think that's a big thing. The comparison for him, here's one outside the box for you, Colin. And we always talk about comps. My comp for him is Jalen Hurts. And think about this. Jalen Hurts was a son of a coach. Jalen Hurts felt like he was in college for 100 years. Jalen Hurts blossomed once he transferred. Jalen Hurts is an unbelievable athlete who's incredibly tough. Bo Nix, you can go back, and I know it didn't go well at Auburn, but watch some of the runs.
He can move.
He is a physical, tough dude who can move. He's 225 pounds. He's sturdy. So, and then the leadership, the character, all that stuff. I don't know too many people when they saw him that was the name that came to mind, but I think when you put all that stuff together, I was like, you know what, I'll bet on Jalen Hurts that he'll figure this thing out. And I would say the same thing about Bo Nix.
Okay, finally, I think the personnel for Detroit is younger than San Francisco, but is not that far behind. I think Penei Sewell could be the next Trent Williams. I think Laporta could be the next Kittle. I think Jahmyr Gibbs isn't McCaffrey, but he's special. I think San Francisco, Detroit personnel is much closer than people think. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is certainly close to an equal to Brandon Ayuk. I don't see this as Niners-Lions. As somebody who is scouted professionally, what do you think that matchup looks like?
It's funny you say that, because I said earlier in the season the Lions felt like kind of the 49ers JV team, like with how they built it. They have all those same pieces. That's what it feels like. And you mentioned, I even wrote some of them down. You've got an accurate quarterback who makes good decisions. You've got a top 5 pick edge rusher from the Big Ten who's an impact player, Bosa and Hutchinson. You've got the 2 offensive tackles you mentioned. You've got run after catch toughness at wide receiver. You've got a tight end from Iowa. You've got a first-round back who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Like, they are very similar. And I think people assume when Brad Holmes left the Rams to go take over the Lions that he was going to try and rebuild and recreate the Rams, when in fact he had a front row seat to watch the 49ers in that division, and he tried to rebuild the Niners instead.
Yeah. By the way, minute and a half left. I think the Ravens win and comfortably. What say you?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs have to get turnovers. I don't think they're going to be able to drive, 80-yard fields against this defense. This defense has just choked the life out of everybody. So to me, I think they're going to have to get Lamar to turn the ball over. The one thing about KC, when you watch them, every tackle, they are swinging at the ball. They are trying to get that ball out. They're very turnover aware. I think that's their formula to try and win that game. Colin, as we're limited in time here real quick, can I give you a quick J-Mac take?
Sure.
Quick?
Yeah.
This whole thing with him and Matthew Stafford, I know what this is, J-Mac. I can see through you. You see Stafford as a 3-and-D candidate on your men's league team, and you just want to cozy up to him and get friendly with him because you feel like he can help you chase a championship. Am I right?
Yeah.
We raised the banner tonight. Season opener is tonight. So Jeremiah's timing could not have been better. But no, Stafford is he's too good for our league. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
finally.
He's too good. Yeah.
By the way, he's guarding Mozgov tonight, so we won't hear about it tomorrow.
Jeremiah could hoop back in the day. Big time AAU player.
One of you two was an athlete. It's not you. All right, Daniel. Good seeing you, buddy, as usual. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin.